The Office for National Statistics just released some new data and UK is completely finished.
What in the broken Britain, gas prices are sky high bullshit is this?
The wage stagnation, the shitty job opportunities, the toxic political environment, the fact we've had no summer this year, and when I thought I'd seen it all, this happened.
I'm not rich. I'm like you, struggling every month to pay the bills, knowing that the council tax is going to go up again.
Living in the UK is such a joke. Why is it that all we do is work, work, work?
How is this right? Someone needs to explain this to me.
It took me going through a traumatic experience to realise that the UK is finished.
This is why I do not want to live in the United Kingdom anymore.
Britain feels broken, and people are saying it louder than ever. The cost of living's insane, the NHS is collapsing, the trains don't run, and you're one bill away from disaster. Young people can't buy homes. Workers can't survive on their wages. And the government? Too busy arguing about culture wars and handing out contracts to their mates. This isn't just decline, it's a full-on meltdown. Today on Brit Rants, we dive into the chaos with another TikTok meltdown from Brits who've had enough. If you've ever looked around and thought, this country's done, you're not alone. Let's get into it. And if you're tired of pretending it's all fine, hit subscribe and join the noise.
The Office for National Statistics just released some new data and UK is completely finished. Any hope you had of buying a house or using public services, just give up. It's done. So about 5 million people will leave the UK by 2032 and 10 million people are going to come in. So our net migration figure is going to be about 5 million. But there's an argument being made that the 5 million people that are leaving the country are more economically active or would have been more economically active than the 10 million people coming in. The UK is losing more millionaires, entrepreneurs, doctors, lawyers, teachers than basically any other European country because we have horrible tax laws and our country's cost of living is ridiculous. You might say, whatever, we got 5 million extra people, will do great. And that's a good idea in theory. The issue is Labour will not build enough houses. Even with their ambitious plan of building 1.5 million houses, that's going to barely house the people that need houses now, let alone the 5 million extra people that are going to be here by 2032. You know that long wait at the doctor you're already experiencing? Yeah, imagine that, but now there's 5 million more people in the line. I think the NHS has a backlog of 7 million people. It's going to be closer to what, 12 million now? Good luck, everyone.
British people are really sick of paying so much tax. Our businesses pay tax, we pay tax personally, there's VAT, council tax, and then even when we die, we're taxed as well. In Dubai, there is 0 income tax and only 9% corporate tax, a much better quality of life. In the UK, even if you retire, you can still pay income tax. This is because pension income is taxable in the UK. So even after you have worked all of your life and paid tax all of your life on your income, at the point you retire, you will still pay tax on pension income that you receive.
I've just seen this in the shop and it's just backs up about my post the other day about how shit the UK's got. I can't believe they're actually doing this in shops now. I'm in a co-op. Blocks of cheese put in a plastic container so people ain't robbing cheese. What the does the UK come to? All that cheese locked up. You can't steal it. Now.
How is this right? Someone needs to explain this to me. So you're telling me if I'm looking to buy a second home to rent out, I've got to pay like 10 grand in stamp duty. So I want to buy a second home, around £200,000. I want to rent it out and have it as an income. Now I've got to save, say 20%. So that means I need 40 grand deposit. And you're wanting 10 grand off me for stamp duty. What the is this country playing at? Not only have I been taxed on my wages every month, now I'm saving with my wages, which you've already taxed. I'm buying a property with that savings, which you've already taxed, to buy a house. Now you want to put a 10 grand surcharge on it as a stamp duty tax? What the
This is absolutely mental, like, what is the UK coming to? I don't eat cereal anymore, right, but good thing, £3.50, £4.20, £3.50, £4.15 for all these tiny little boxes of cereal. Cocoa Pops, £4.20. Never in my life would you see me paying that.
Isn't it ironic how we've been in a cost of living crisis really since 2008? But ever since then, every company has been having record-breaking profits every year. Productivity has been at the highest level it's ever been. We generate more money into our economy every year, and there doesn't seem to be an end in sight. It's almost as if we've actually been living in a cost of greed crisis all this time, and we're waiting for the point where rich people are going to be saying, okay, I have enough money. But there's never been a rich person who's ever said that throughout history, and there never will be. So while we keep slaving away, attacking each other, while the rich openly buy our politicians, offer them seats in companies that they have no interest in working in, they've literally brought all our media, and there doesn't seem to be any end in sight. Not in our lifetimes anyway. So what do you guys think? Are we in a cost of living crisis or a cost of greed crisis? And how do we end this?
It took me going through a traumatic experience to realise that the UK is finished. Whatever you do, get out of here. I don't know what our money is going towards. I don't know what we're paying for, because guess what? I had to book an appointment to get them to take a statement from me tomorrow. But when I told the police, oh, just go to that area, that's where he's lurking. Oh, we can't just pull him off the streets. So why do you not do stops and searches if you can't just be pulling people off the streets? Is it just a pick and choosing type of thing? Like, is it me being chased by a man late at night? That's not important. It's only once she's died. Okay, we'll open an investigation. We'll look for him. Are you being serious? They don't care about us. I don't know where our money is going towards. I don't know what type of hatred, what they're trying to fuel, or what their agenda is. But our bills are going up, our wages are staying the same, and our services are down in the gutter. Get out of this place now.
What the actual hell is going on in the UK? I actually think it gets worse and worse every single day. We're literally getting taxed left, right and centre. It actually getting to the point where I feel like most people are just working to survive. Like, they're literally living paycheck to paycheck. They don't do anything else other than go to work because you literally can't afford it. Like, actually, what kind of life is that? Like, what are we all doing? I think a lot of people are opening their eyes to actually what's going on in the UK now. Like, they're actually realising that we've all been kind of brainwashed into believing that we go to school, get an education, get a good job, when in actual fact that just keeps us trapped. And the lifestyle isn't even good here. The weather is crap. Everybody is miserable. I am literally fed up of being here, getting to the point where I am thinking about going elsewhere. There actually isn't any such thing as work-life balance for most people. Now, let me know, has anyone left the UK? If you've left the UK, where have you gone? Where's better? I need some options. Anyway, rant over. Let me know what you think in the comments.
What in the broken Britain gas prices are sky high bullshit is this? So you know how your gas and electric bill keeps going up? Well, let me show you this graph of wholesale gas prices over the last 6 months. They've plummeted. Look at that. They've fallen off the side of a cliff. Now, have your gas bills gone down recently? Have they bollocks? This shows you right here the absolute con and monopoly racket that's being run in the UK, because I believe we've got the highest prices in Europe of gas and electric, but the wholesale prices are plummeting and your gas and electric bills keep going up. That makes sense. So we've got dysfunctional in councils that can't collect the bins. We've got the highest gas and electricity prices in Europe, even though wholesale prices are way down. I mean, look at that. They were up over 140 Great British pounds per whatever that is. They're down to freaking 82 now. They've nearly halved. Your gas bill ain't halved. We've got Labour MPs being arrested by the day for you know what. We've got the BBC grilling politicians talking about a documentary. Oh, sorry, it wasn't a documentary. It was a made-up Netflix series. And since Donald Trump came in, we haven't had one chemtrail in England. We've had blue skies for the last 6 weeks. Anyway, next time your gas bill comes through, send them an email and say, are you sure it should be this high?
This is why I do not want to live in the United Kingdom anymore. I've lived here all my life. I'm 30 years old, and I'm going to tell you exactly why I do not want to live here. Somebody can make an offensive Facebook status or a tweet. Granted, yes, they should be brought to justice. They should be punished for what they do. I agree. They are sentenced to 20 months in the UK. A man can also commit one of the worst crimes to do with children. He will be sentenced to a 6-month suspended sentence where he won't even see the inside of a jail cell. This man is higher up in society. He has money. Some might say he's part of the elite. I can't say too much in this video because I could get into a lot of trouble. But to me, that sounds backwards. Does it sound backwards to you? Maybe I'm wrong. Please let me know. But that is why I do not want to live in the UK anymore.
So, more bad news for the UK economy. UK unemployment has gone up to 4.4%. So the job market has lost about just under 50,000 employees, but also job vacancies are down 24,000 as well. I mean, the crazy thing is though, some people are calling it an unexpected rise. I mean, I've got to start questioning why we think this was unexpected when we knew what happened in the budget. And of course, it was all about that national insurance increase for employers. You know, Labour said their budget would not affect working people. And I remember when that budget came out, I said, well, this could lead to price rises, this could lead to job losses, this could lead to businesses cutting back. And what warning signs do we have in the economy right now? Less jobs out there and unemployment rising. So to say it's unexpected is just ludicrous, isn't it? At the end of the day, I just think businesses are holding back investment right now just because of the poor economic situation in the UK. Anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Was it unexpected to you? And of course, like and follow for more finance and investing content.
I am sick of the UK. The wage stagnation, the shitty job opportunities, the toxic political environment, the fact we've had no summer this year, and when I thought I'd seen it all, this happened. This really takes the biscuit. Budgeons in Tufnell Park, what the are you playing at? Putting Twinkies in with the continental European bakeries. How could you possibly deem it acceptable in a middle class area, in a middle class supermarket, to put this Philistine American shit in with this exquisite confectionery? You've got San Michel, you've got macaron, you've got Madeleine, and then you've got this. 20-lane highway, multi-storey car park, triple heart bypass, diabetes, AR-15, trailer park trash. And you're charging triple the price for it. Granted, I understand that this is probably a cost of the import from America, and also because the only people that are going to be buying it are the numerous seppos working for Bank of America that are positioning themselves in Islington. Because I too would miss the home comforts of bakeries that dissolve into an E-number processed sludge the moment it enters your mouth. Anyway, I was so appalled by this that I went and paid £4 for an olive-infused gluten-free bread roll next to it instead. And on a completely separate note, I just want to say this. If by any chance you are the pretty blonde girl that works in that cafe a couple of doors down that served me an avo and hummus sandwich, you looked into my soul. You made me feel my heart in my mouth. And I was already fragile from being at Maiden Voyage the night before. So if you see this, feel free to drop me a DM.
Yeah, so this one's quite sad really, isn't it? This is in response to a video I did on how Islam is kind of infiltrating the UK at a rate that's quite alarming. And yeah, the fact that there seems to be this two-tier justice system. One for them, one for us. But this comment here really, really hit home with me. It's so sad, but I've had so many along these lines where people have almost, I think they've just given up. It says this country is unfortunately finished. Isn't that sad? That is so sad that people are thinking like that, and they really are. Like I said, there's lots along those lines, very similar to that, where people just think, what's the point? What's the point in fighting it? What's the point in saying anything? What's the point? We just get shut down. We get called Islamophobic. We get called racist. It's them and us, which is just awful. I think it's so, so terribly sad. But I understand it. I do understand it. It's hard. It's hard to keep the faith when you see what you see on a daily basis. But yeah, this country is unfortunately finished. Let's hope not. Let's keep fighting.
If you didn't think the UK was finished already, you will do after you see what I'm going to show you. So in case you didn't know, the Binmen in Birmingham are currently on strike over pay and working conditions. Now this has only been going on for a week, bear in mind, but look at the state of this. Rubbish is piling up all over the place. It is absolutely out of control already. There have even been reports of rats the size of small dogs running around. And this is the same outside of houses, businesses. The streets are completely filled with rubbish. An emergency collection was put on today, presumably by workers that weren't striking. But residents were so desperate to get rid of their rubbish that the workers were completely mobbed and overrun, and it had to be called off early. This is complete madness. Council tax is through the roof. Binmen are striking because they don't think they're being paid fairly. And people are outraged. I think this is only a matter of time before this spills over into other areas as well. Also, with the hotter weather on the way, if this carries on, we're going to see diseases and all sorts of other carnage as a result of this. This is meant to be the UK's second city, by the way, next to London. I mean, what an absolute disgrace. The UK really is finished, man. Let me know what you think in the comments.
So I've just found the unemployment rate in the UK right now, and it's at 4.44, which, as you can see, it's been going up since 2022, and we're almost at the exact same levels as COVID. As you can see here, in 2020, between October and December, the unemployment rate was 5.3, and it's 4.44 now. And by the looks of things, it doesn't look like it's slowing down anytime soon either. Since 2022, it's literally just been going up and up and up. Now, a lot of people will say it's because of all the AI and all the technology taking over all the jobs, but I think it's got a lot to do with our government at the moment. They're basically forcing businesses to be extremely careful with who they pick and who they choose to employ. And this isn't just affecting the businesses, it's affecting the employees who want to join these companies. I mean, if you've got any stories, leave them in the comments below, but I know that businesses are putting people through like 4-stage interviews for no reason just to employ someone. It's just shocking considering this is 5 years of progress since COVID here, and the employment rate has hardly changed. What do you think we need to fix all this? Let me know in the comments and drop me a follow while you're here.
Oh my God, the UK is officially finished. Look what I've just seen. Government issues warning to drivers driving below the speed limit could be issued with £1,000 fine or driving ban of up to 5 years for driving under the speed limit. Not driving over, driving under. Now, I'm all for penalising people that drive under the speed limit because there's so many slow drivers out there. And I believe driving slow is actually more dangerous than driving over the speed limit. That's just my opinion. It actually encourages people like me to overtake you because you're taking the piss. But anyway, that's another story. I do think you should get the same punishment for driving over the speed limit as to driving under the speed limit, if that makes sense. I think if you get caught speeding, you get 3 points on your licence and a £100 fine. So I think that should be the same for driving under the speed limit. But there should be some leeway with that. But this, £1,000 fine or 5-year ban, that is harsh. Rest in peace to anybody who's driving slow because you guys are fucked.
Living in the UK is such a joke. Why is it that all we do is work, work, work? We go home, we go to bed, but we have little enjoyment time. What is it with this world? Everything fucking costs millions of pounds, literally. It appears to me when I see people abroad, they seem to be happier just living a simple, basic life. But here we're so consumed. We must have a house. We must have a car. We must pay off our mortgage. We must this. We must that. And for what? What then happens at the end? It feels like we are stuck in a rat race. We're just going around that freaking hamster wheel with a rat, with a freaking mouse, constantly chasing the tail. I don't know about anyone else. I'm just exhausted from this bullshit. I'm just exhausted. It feels like from every direction, all we do is get shafted in every possible way. Cost of living is going up. This is expensive. That is expensive. And it's constantly freaking going round in the same fucking circle. Something has to be easier than this shit. Do you ever feel like, you know what, fuck this, I'm out, I'm done, I'm outie, I'm leaving? I once spoke to a guy on holiday who literally was hiring out jet skis, and he said to me when he came to the UK with his wife, because his wife is British and she now lives over there where they live, and he said to me like, oh my God, the life in England is so much harder. Here we literally come to work, we spend time with our family, we get to do things, we're happy, we live very simple lives, but we're together. But here, half the time you feel like you're completely split from your family. You spend time literally with everybody else but your freaking family.
Morning, everyone. Oh, sorry, afternoon. So, the state of the UK. It's pretty bad. I'm just walking down Seven Sisters Road. Actually, I'm just walking from Holloway Road down Seven Sisters Road near Finsbury Park end. And I just seen a random thing. Like, I just saw a gentleman just go up to a telephone box, like a telephone exchange, and there must have been some corn or some crumbs or something on there, like, I don't know, a bit of rubbish or unwanted food or whatever, and the man just went up there and just scooped it off and ate it. I tell you, like, Britain is broken. In a big 2024, you've got people doing this. I just carried on walking. I was looking at him and he just looked like he hadn't eaten in days. Another gentleman was sitting outside a store, just staring at him in disbelief. We both looked at each other, we just shook our heads and just moved on. Britain 2024. Mad. Anyway, have a good day.
If you've got to put yourself in a group, left wing, right wing, to feel validated, or because you're fucking lonely and you keep voting these absolute bellends into power, it's because for the 30 years I've been on this earth, absolutely nothing good has come from either one of them being in power. Can you not just sit back and think, why don't I vote for something or somebody that's actually going to benefit this country, or want to do something that's going to benefit this country, instead of just being a sheep and categorizing yourself for no reason whatsoever? Or maybe you're just lonely, I don't know.
If you've got a generation of people that are renting now, and then these people are going to need to be looked after in their old age, well, that's going to fall on the state, isn't it? Because they don't have assets. Previously, you bought your house, you paid off your mortgage, you live in your house, you sell your house, and there's an asset that's going to pay for your care in old age. You don't have any assets. Who's going to pay for your care? Your family? Well, no, because they're too busy working 3 jobs just to pay for their own existence. And they're working later because the age of retirement's gone up. So suddenly you've got no care within the community. So it's going to have to fall on the state. And we're going to have enormous costs for care for the elderly in another couple of decades if we don't start looking at this housing crisis now.
The UK is finished, and I'll show you proof that the UK is finished or broken, however you want to word it. But if you've been working a job for 5, 10, 15, 20 years in the same job, doing the same thing week in, week out, month in, month out, year in, year out, and you'll notice that over the years, you've had to sort of cut back a little bit each month, each year, cut back, even if it starts off with just changing what brand food you can buy in the supermarkets. Maybe you're now going down from like Taste the Difference down to just like normal ones, and then soon you'll be at the basic editions, or the amount of things that you could do on your days off has gone down and down and down. But you're still doing the same amount of hours. Obviously your wages don't go up as fast as everything else goes up, which leaves you in a cost of living crisis. And I'll see you the next week.
Do you know what? I hate today's like today, right? I've been out on it all day, pissing wet through, pissed off with the whole thing. I'm self-employed, I can't afford to have time off. I'm not rich, I'm like you, struggling every month to pay the bills. Knowing that the council tax is going to go up again. And obviously now knowing that the energy price is going to go up again by 6%. It's absolutely ridiculous. The country is broken. 100% broken. People like me and you are having to struggle like mad. I like to wish I had some credit cards and loans to get myself out of the shit all the time, but I did an IVA last year because it just got to the point that I couldn't afford to pay that. But I'm still struggling. Things keep going up. You know what really pisses me off? I've got a hotel a couple of miles away from me full of these boat people. I don't see them struggling. The annoying thing is, when they first come here, you see them walking through the village and they've got flip-flops on and a pair of shorts. You see them a few weeks later, new trainers, tracksuit, carrying a new phone. Now the screen on my phone, it's got 3 or 4 cracks. It's a bit of a pain to use, to be honest, but I can't afford to get the new screen at the moment. So I'm pissed off with all my hard money being earned going on bills and the rest going to the tax man, so they can just give it to all these freeloaders that shouldn't be here for a start. It's at the point things have got to change. It's just getting worse. And then at the same time, Keir Starmer just announced he's going to put billions into the military services and all the rest of it. So there is money there. So what's this energy hike for? 6%? Because I don't think the actual base rate's changed. It's just like been invented from what I can see. So yeah, is it to keep them warm when we got to pay for it? I don't know. What are your thoughts? Obviously, yeah, please like and share this video. I mean, follow me even, because I like to come on here and rant a bit. But yeah, Britain is broken, absolutely broken. We need radical change. That's what we need at the next general election. You know what I'm saying.
The average monthly salary in the UK is £2,391 and the average rent in the UK is £1,327. So after electricity, bills, council tax, you've got about 500-600 quid a month, 150 quid a week to enjoy your life. You've got to escape this. I don't care how you do, you just have to escape this. You have to start earning money online. Start an online service business, work for free for your first client just so you get some experience, get some case studies. Once you've done that, charge £1,500 to £2,000 a month, spend the next 3 months trying to get 2 or 3 clients, and all of a sudden you have more money than the average person in the UK online, and you can go and live wherever you want. I personally do recruitment where my average fee is anywhere from about £7,000 to £12,000. So if I do 4 a year, just 4, I'm earning more money than most people in the UK. Stop listening to all those losers tell you everything's a scam online. You just need to lock in for 3 to 6 months. Just because you have an online business doesn't mean you have to make millions to be happy and successful. You just need enough money where you're not having to go to a 9 to 5 every single day that you hate. Wake up without an alarm, be a man, be independent, do what you want, not having to listen to other people every single day of your life.
If this is modern Britain, broken systems, sky-high prices, and a government that doesn't care, then it's no wonder people are saying this country's finished. We're working harder than ever, paying more than ever, and getting less than ever. No homes, no healthcare, no future. And still, we're told to keep quiet, work harder, and be grateful. But Brits aren't staying quiet anymore. The frustration is boiling over. The rants are getting louder, the TikToks are getting angrier, and the truth is harder to ignore. Let it all out in the comments. What's your breaking point? And if you're sick of watching Britain fall apart in silence, hit subscribe. It's time to shout. It's time to rant.